Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video on the MC show. Thank y'all for checking out the channel. As you can see from the title, we got another trade. Pascal Siakam to the Indiana Pacers. But before we get into that, it would be very nice for you guys to like, comment, subscribe. Any support is greatly appreciated. Let's get this video out to as many people as possible, as always. But as you've already probably heard, Pascal Siakam traded from the Toronto Raptors to the Indiana Pacers. I have the full details here. Pacers get Siakam and a 2024 second round pick from the New Orleans Pelicans, since it's a three-team deal. The Raptors get Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, Kira Lewis Jr., who is from the New Orleans Pelicans, a 2024 first round pick, another 2024 first round pick, and a 2026 first round pick, protected 1 through 4. And Pelicans get some cash. Initial reactions to the trade. There's rumors that Siakam, the Pacers were wanted to get Siakam for a long time, right? Halliburton has said that he's ready to win. He's tired of losing. And the Pacers, they haven't really rebuilt. They sort of retooled. They went from like Paul George, end up trading him to OKC for Victor Oladipo and Sabonis, who both were all-stars and made the playoffs with them, to then transitioning now to Halliburton, and they're sixth in the East right now, so they haven't really rebuilt. They just more retooled. Halliburton has been playing like an all-star, playing at an all-NBA level. So the time for them to go into this and try to get another piece to be competitive this year, overall, I don't think it's a bad move. The only, I wouldn't say pushback that I had, but the one thought that really kept me to see if I really liked this trade or not was the fact that Siakam had been telling teams that were going to trade for him, because he was not the only, Indiana was not the only team that wanted him. I know the Warriors checked in on him. The Sacramento Kings were a team that was discussed to maybe have gotten him. Dallas Mavericks as well. But Siakam was basically telling teams that he doesn't know if he'd resign with them if they traded for him, because remember, Siakam's on the last year of his deal. And so trading for him would sort of be a big risk. That was my first initial thought. But then if you saw Adrian Wojnarowski on Twitter had put out that Siakam was eager to play with the team, eager to get an extension or another deal done so he could stay longer. So overall, that was my number one concern, but I don't think this is a bad trade at all. Usually, to really get a full glimpse at the trade, you have to see how these players work on the court. If it's like a big time player, Siakam, you know, 2-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA player. He's 29 years old, averaging like about 22 this season. Playing next to Halliburton could be a really interesting pairing. Halliburton hasn't really played well. I'm not gonna say he hasn't played with an all-star, because De'Aaron Fox, he played with Fox, but Fox wasn't an all-star yet. But this is his first time playing with an all-star level player. Siakam as a number 2 option, which I think where he belongs. After the Kawhi leaving and Kyle Lowry leaving, he did pretty well as a number 1 option. Again, he made the All-Star team and has made All-NBA. But him as the number 2 option, playing with someone like Halliburton who could set up and really set up, get you easy shots. He wants to pass. That's his main thing. He wants to pass the ball. He wants to get all his guys shots. And I think Siakam, who can get downhill, put pressure on the rim, and finish through contact, maybe gets to the free throw line, that's something that can really benefit the Pacers. And it can take a little bit of, he could do some ball handling a little bit. It could take a little bit of ball handling out of Tyrese Halliburton's hands if need be. But yeah, it could be a really good pick and roll pairing. So I'm excited to see how well they can do. For the Raptors, obviously this wasn't they're rebuilding. This wasn't about players. This was more about picks. They ended up getting 3 first-round picks. Bruce Brown, who obviously is a good player. I'm not sure if they're gonna keep him for the rest of the season. Jordan Nwora is a young guy. Maybe he can be good, maybe not. He's jumped around a little bit. And Kira Lewis Jr., who was basically a third string point guard on the New Orleans Pelicans, wasn't getting minutes. Just throw him in the deal. But again, this is all about them getting draft picks. They're ready to rebuild. They traded OG to the Knicks to get RJ and quickly, which I think has sort of worked out for both teams. And now you have more draft capital. Maybe you trade Bruce Brown, maybe you don't. Again, not sure what they're gonna do with him, but you see that the era of anybody on that 2019 team that won the championship is gone. Kawhi Leonard's gone. Siakam's gone now. OG Anunoby, Norman Powell, Fred VanVleet. If I'm missing anybody, let me know. But that era is gone. The time to rebuild around Scotty Barnes, who was playing like an all-star. I don't know if he'll get on the team just due to the fact that there's a lot of guys who've had really good seasons, and the Raptors themselves aren't really a high seed, so I'm not sure he'll get on the team. But he's been playing very well. The time to rebuild around him is now. So good trade in terms of getting draft capital for him. Hopefully, Siakam and Halliburton can work out. Again, we'll have to see. I expect more trades. The trade deadline is less than a month away at this point. I believe the trade deadline is February 8th. So expect to see a lot more trades in the East and the West. A lot of teams like Atlanta. I expect a team like Atlanta to start just selling their players because they're just underperforming a lot. Maybe a team like the Hornets. Terry Rozier could be on the trade block. Maybe Gordon Hayward. Also, he's on an expiring contract. Teams in the West. There's such a big jumble up in the West that I expect a lot of teams in the West. Since due to the fact that the West is so hard right now, I expect a lot of teams to make trades. But when that comes, of course, I'll get a video out to you. But for now, thank y'all for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Again, if you could like, comment, subscribe. Any help, any sort of support is greatly appreciated. And I'll see y'all next time.